Greetings, YouTube. As I've mentioned in the past, if a private citizen wants to stay in the closet, I believe it's their right. I don't think it's the healthiest thing to do, but it is their right. When a public figure wants to stay in the closet, that's a little more problematic. But when a public figure spews anti-gay rhetoric on a constant basis and has a voice in our government as an advisor, then it's every journalist's duty on the planet to call them out when they are in fact gay. Now you might be asking, who is the hypocrite of the day? That would be George Alan Rekers. I believe I'm saying his name correctly, and I apologize if I'm not. Mr. Rekers was photographed in an airport along with a rent boy. Now, for those of you who are unaware of the fact, a rent boy is a euphemism for a male prostitute. Mr. Rekers was coming back from a 10-day vacation, and he had the rent boy, known as Lucian, along with him, he says, because he'd had surgery and could not carry his luggage. And only found out halfway through his vacation that Lucian was a prostitute. Now, I have nothing against prostitution. I think it should be legal, regulated, and taxed. It is, after all, the ultimate expression of capitalism. But if you'd like to hire Lucian, there's only one place you can go to. He only advertises his services on one website, and that would be rentboy.com. So, if Mr. Rekers wanted to hire Lucian for his luggage carrying skills, then he would have had to gone to rentboy.com, peruse the selection of male prostitutes, pick Lucian, and then engage in a bit of capitalism and hire him. I can't imagine there would be any way of doing this and not being aware of the fact that the rentboy.com was not a moving service, but was in fact a male prostitution site, seeing as the ad depicting Lucian showed him shirtless. I don't know many sites that you hire day labor from that has shirtless pictures. I know whenever I've hired someone to help me move something, I've just said, I need someone to help me. They show up, they move my stuff, I give them a tip, and they leave. At no time do we ever exchange bodily fluids. Now, Mr. Rekers has spent his career spewing anti-gay rhetoric. In 1983, he and Dobson founded the Family Research Council, which is an incredibly anti-gay, hardline fundamentalist Christian group based in D.C. And they have all been all over doing everything they can to make sure that the LGBTQ community gets no rights whatsoever. So when one of their leaders, Mr. Rekers, is actually spending a 10-day trip with a rent boy who advertises themselves as a top. You can research online what that means. I think it should be spoken about. In fact, I think we should stand on the rooftops with megaphones and blast it to everyone who will hear that he is a hypocrite and is denying other people the freedoms that he himself enjoys, or at least did, while the world thought he was heterosexual. In fact, he testified in a Florida case preventing a gay couple from adopting a child, but he himself is an adoptive parent. Interestingly, he adopted a 16-year-old boy. Seemed a little odd to me, but what do I know? I've never had a desire to adopt a 16-year-old boy. So, I call him out. You're a hypocrite, sir. You are apparently a deeply closeted homosexual, probably forced there through social condemnation due to people like you. Now, I would love if Mr. Rekers would have an epiphany, would suddenly decide that he'd come out of the closet, tell the world that he's gay, and then lead his life as an open, happy gay man. But this isn't likely going to happen. What is probably going to happen is he will disappear into some kind of a retreat. 4 to 6 months from now, he'll come out miraculously having been cured of the gay by the power of Jesus, which will be just another lie in the long list of lies that this man has lived. Well, at least where Lucian's concerned, he's honest about who he is.